Hi, hello, welcome to my speedrun. Today, we're speedrunning Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games. Yay! So today I beat EazySpeezy's world record that he set a couple years ago in all gold medals on very hard difficulty, which is exactly what it sounds like. Go through every single event, get every single gold medal on the hardest difficulty. Sorry for any bad mic quality. Also, I'm not recording this while I do the speed run. I didn't have a mic while I was doing the speed run, so I'm recording this audio in post. And also my timer broke halfway through, so I'm also using this opportunity to retime the run. So basically, I'm just gonna be talking to you guys through the run, some of my thought processes, and overall what I did well, what I didn't do well, and hopefully give you guys a good idea on how this run goes. So, okay, without further ado, let's get into this, shall we? Okay, there we go. So my strategy for karate. I should probably explain why I went with karate first. So karate is by far the most inconsistent game in this speedrun. So basically immediately I started doing it first instead of how it's usually done, which is 13th. But the general strategy here, low battery. The general strategy here is to just spam takedowns, which each give you, as you can see, each gives you 2 points. And hitting L at the right time to do guards also helps with not getting points against you. See, I failed here. But eventually you get 5 takedowns, and you win. Which in my attempts, I only got to run past karate like every 1 in 5 attempts. So not great consistency. And then I go straight into boxing, which is also an inconsistent one. And you can see I switched to vector here, which, as EazySpeezy put it, I don't know exactly what he said, but he said something along the lines of never fight an alligator in boxing. And you won't really see why is this, since boxing was kinda bad here. But the main strategy just involves throwing face punches and hoping Daisy doesn't block or counter your punches, which isn't very consistent. As you can see, she knocked me down first, and I almost considered not continuing this run after this. This was going to be my last attempt of the day, so I almost just reset for the night. I do end up taking her down, but she gets up fairly quickly. And you'll see I have my super punch charged, but I choose not to use it. Mainly because at this point I decided to just save it for round 2, since I wasn't getting the round 1 TKO like I had originally planned.
1, 2, 3.
So with round 1 done, move on to round 2, and I'll do something similar to what I did in karate, which is trying to hit L perfectly to stun Daisy and basically guarantee me getting the combo punch, because if I don't, she dodges basically every single time. But she does get up fairly quickly, so we're right back at it. Now we throw more punches. Eventually, she's gonna throw her combo as well. I don't remember if I managed to dodge it. No, but okay. So she sends us back to the canvas. Do some fast button spamming to get up fairly quickly. And we throw more punches. And also, I should probably mention now, like, why that, not why, but I didn't just use Vector for this event like EazySpeezy did. I found Vector is very consistent. I found Vector is very consistent with basically every event, with few exceptions. So I just started off here. And now we're wrapping up boxing after we get the TKO. Not round one like I wanted, but we got it done nonetheless. And only 20 seconds behind. Yay! And you can see I go through the characters for football pretty quickly. It's just to get characters to get the character selection out of the way, since it really doesn't matter. And boom. So what you just saw is by far the most consistent strategy for football. It's kind of inconsistent. You'll lose sometimes, but not nearly as much. Oh, he just threw it out. Cool. So yeah, we do the exact same thing again. We missed that time, but it's fine. Okay, now I put it out. I think I end up getting it right back. No, takes a bit. We do end up getting it back and then make an offside pass, which is cool. But yeah, basically the strategy involves going towards the goal off to the side. The main strategy involves going off to the side and then doing a cross pass and then hitting A early to get a full power shot before it reaches you. So when the ball does reach you, you just immediately shoot it and you get a goal most of the time. So I remember right here, I was desperately trying to get the ball, since I knew if they shot it, they would use a super shot, which one, wastes time, and two, is basically RNG whether or not you're able to block. And it's not good RNG either. Like at that straight angle, you probably manage to block it like 10% of the time. So right now, basically all I'm trying to do is stop them from scoring, since I think a 2-goal lead is enough. And they get a goal anyway. So at this point, if I had a... Oh my gosh, I cannot speak for the life of me. Anyway. If I had scored only one goal, I would have to get a second one within the last 30 seconds of the match, which would be kind of doable, but it wouldn't always happen, so I always just went up 2 goals early, so if they scored, I wouldn't have to do that. And if they score again, it's not too much of a problem. I just have to, do that. So I get scared here. That was really close and almost ruined the run. Like, stupidly close. Like, the run should have died right there. But anyway, we get the dub and we move on. Also, I only did 1 day of attempts, so there are going to be a lot of golds here. considering these golds are either from like the hour that I was doing attempts, which the furthest I made it was table tennis, which is coming up very soon. Anyway, we're here in Dream Karate, which is basically RNG. If you're able to, like, literally anything can happen in this. Like, any items can spawn. The other characters can do basically anything, so you're basically up to fate whether or not you win here. And the one run I did get here, I ended up losing the first time, so I had to restart, which cost like 2 minutes or something ridiculous. So not good. But we have a really good lead going into the second half of this, which was pretty much what I wanted. I wanted a substantial lead going into the second half, so I didn't really have to do much in the second half. You can still see I have a bunch of the squares. I'm the blue one, by the way. So even with Blaze completely obliterating the board, I still end up winning by what yeah, that was 17 points I won by. So that is Dream Karate down. And then I go over to badminton. That's 4 of the most inconsistent ones out of the way. Badminton is less inconsistent and more just slow. You can lose a lot of time, which I guess you could count as being inconsistent. I tried EazySpeezy's strategy of going back and forth, but I wasn't really finding much success with it. Less because of he was hitting it, and more just the birdie wasn't going in the direction I wanted. Like, oftentimes you can see it just goes towards the center even when I don't want it to. Oh. I thought I had that super for a while during the run. Like, I thought I had the super for like 3 turns. But I guess I hit it as soon as I did. So now we're up 2-0, and by now EazySpeezy, I'm pretty sure, is already done. But if I remember correctly, we get the next 3 points fairly quickly. But yeah, this is just back and forth action. Just hoping you don't screw up, which is a very real possibility. Here we get our 3rd point. Again, there isn't really much of a strategy for this. You just kind of hit it back and forth. You could try to hit it like towards the front of the court and then towards the back of the court. But sometimes it just doesn't want to cooperate, and you end up losing 30+ seconds like I did here. So now we're on to table tennis, and this was where my best run up to this point was reset. I did not get a single run to fencing until this run, which ended up PBing. And table tennis usually goes by pretty quickly for me, but this one was pretty slow. Especially because that happens, and I don't really know how to avoid it. Yep, there. Oh, I thought it was gonna happen. And I press L here to charge up my power, which didn't really work as well as I had wanted it to. Also, I missed both of the ace smashes. And there I waited to use my super because I had a weak shot from Yoshi, which gave me an opportunity. If he had hit that, I probably would have used it immediately. So there I use it immediately. And then I whip the shot, which gives Yoshi an opportunity to use his super, which I missed. So yeah, that's a great start. And I think I told myself that if this wasn't the last attempt of the day, this would have been reset. This would have been reset at multiple points. But I was just like, screw it, and let's just play it. There, I got a smash. And I missed that, boom. But yeah, this one is all about timing. And I missed another one. I'm not very good at timing. Do I get the smash? I do. And I missed the jump shot. There we go. I hit it there. Sometimes you'll get like jump shots. Yeah, I used the super there even though I had the weak shot. Not sure what I was thinking there, but I did end up getting the point. So, yeah. It's 4-2 right now. Preferably it's 4-0. Preferably I ace this. Just get 5-0 and move on to fencing. There we go. I finally finish it off, and we are on to table tennis, which I'm pretty sure I still used vector here. So I'm already a decent bit behind in fencing. I can't make up any time. But archery is a different story. So an interesting strategy. I think I used EazySpeezy's strat. I don't know if this was. That was an accident. That parry was an accident. I'm lucky I didn't. But basically the strategy for this one was to get out of Peach's range and then just quickly charge her to get all of my points. So I was just completely out of range there. So her super didn't even reach me. So I decided to use my super here. It would have been much better to use it earlier because it does 3 points and I only needed 2 to win. But we end up getting it done fairly quickly. And we move on, saving 15 seconds. And for this one, I switched to Shadow. This was just instinctive because Shadow's draws are faster than Vector's, and I'm used to Sonic's. I'm used to Sonic's drawing speed, like arrow drawing speed, how fast you draw the bow. And I felt like I would screw something up here. Which I don't know if I would have, but turned out pretty well. And what I was really scared about here, after I missed this shot and I didn't get the double point bonus, I got kind of scared. And then I missed that one. I missed the bullseye on that one, which got me really scared because that's how EazySpeezy lost in archery. Fortunately, it didn't cost me, and now I get back 3 minutes, which is huge. But yeah, basically the strat for archery was to just as quick as you can, draw the bow and shoot it. Anyway, Equestrian. Vector, I'm pretty sure, is the second best character for this. The best one is Bowser, who, if you saw my PB, I have a 48.9, which I believe is still a top 20 time worldwide. I have a clip of it somewhere on my Twitch. But basically, the strategy here, just time your boosts right. You just use the individual level strat because it's fairly consistent. And it's just fast. See, I get a 50-second time there, which in all honesty I could have beaten, but so long as we get the gold, it's fine, because I didn't really want to miss any golds. Oh yeah, something else I probably should have mentioned. The inconsistency in runs really stopped at table tennis, since I wanted to get all the inconsistent events out of the way early. So I would just be home free for the rest of them. And this one, and for gymnastics, you just want to get a high score. Excuse me. Please pardon my dying over here. But yeah, we just go for high score here. Use the usual strats. And then you spin here. I don't know how I was spinning this fast. I wasn't spinning that fast. I think my Joy-Con is just like bugged or something, because I cannot spin that fast. But I guess we save another 4 seconds and we move on to swimming, which was another event EazySpeezy lost in for the first time, which means more time saved for me. And also, crocodile swimming doesn't seem very fair, but it doesn't matter. We got the gold medal, as you will see. I'm in 5th right now, but that will change on the turn. Get a good boost on the turn. I basically use my super swim immediately, which basically gets me all the way across the pool. That pause was an accident though, because I was trying to move my joystick so fast. So yeah, we save a good half a second there. And then we move on to canoe, which I choose Blaze just because she's next to Bowser, not Bowser, what am I talking about? She's next to Vector on the character select screen. Nothing more to it. So this one's also pretty easy. I just watch Blaze's paddle, and whenever she starts to go down, I also paddle. And then here we just spam as hard as we can. And we end up finishing with a 314, I think that was. And yeah, 314. And we take it down, and we move on to Rugby Sevens, which is a little bit of an inconsistent event, but I didn't really find much issue with it. So the thing with Rugby Sevens on this difficulty is, you'll see in a minute, like every time you grab them from behind, they'll just pass it. So the strategy here is you want to hit them from the front, like that. So they just completely drop the ball and give you time. And then you basically do the exact same thing. You jump over anyone that's in front of you and pass to anyone and pass to anyone when they grab you from behind. And we just managed to clear past all of the defense, so we just got an easy try there. And we're going to be doing the same thing we did in football, which is getting an extra try, even though we don't need to. And I'm fortunate right there that Luigi's supercharge, I think it's called, that his supercharge was easily blocked, because he gets a massive speed boost and can absolutely run away from everyone there, which would have been really bad, considering we then had to get another try, and I would have probably felt obligated to get a third try, just in case they got another one on the next half, which I don't think ended up happening. But once we have 2 tries, we basically just run around in circles near our end zone.
Go for it.
So I end up using my super, which I'm lucky. I forgot that happened. There were 2 attempts to steal the ball with their supers. I'm really lucky I dodged both of them. I probably would have been able to recover, but it probably wouldn't have been clean, and it would have been pretty nerve-wracking. Also, yeah, right there, that's what I was kind of avoiding with them charging at me from the front, which led to me dropping the ball instantly instead of getting an opportunity to pass like right there. And also, just whenever I think they might be charging, I just jump without giving them a chance. Something stuck in my throat. Jeez, I'm going to get some water. Actually, let me split first. But we win rugby, and we lose a little bit of time from I'm pretty sure just having to get the extra try. But yeah, now we move on to skateboarding, which for this one I actually had a predetermined path that I knew I was going to take, which I'm pretty sure I executed pretty well in this. I wanted to get more perfect jumps and more strips. But overall, I think this was pretty clean. I mean, I did end up getting the gold. Like, eventually you'll see that I miss one of the strips. Like, you see like the stars on each of them. Missing a strip, basically, I don't get those stars. I don't actually perform a trick. I thought I missed one up to this point, but right now it looks pretty good. And also, with this event, as soon as you land, you can press A to get a massive speed boost. Yeah, I thought I missed more than just one. But yeah, I hit all of the strips except 2, which gave me a score of 665. And also, this is another event that EazySpeezy lost. But then we get to the first event that I lost because I forgot to switch to Waluigi for this event, because it's much easier to get a good score with Waluigi than Vector, as you'll see here. So the problem is that jump. The problem is the first jump. Like with Waluigi, all you need to do is get it on the last possible step, and you'll get a perfect every single time. But with Vector, if you're not close enough, even if it is the last step, if you're not close enough, you won't get the perfect. And you need all 3 perfects in order to beat the very hard CPUs. Which is why I go with Waluigi here. In order to get that really easily. And this ends up being a really good jump, almost beating my personal best. It didn't end up beating it, but hey. It was close at least. And now I just get to speed run through this since I know I get the win. So there we go. We take down another gold medal. It's our first loss.
I got this.
But considering EazySpeezy at this point had 3 losses, we take it. Anyway, discus. Vector is the best at discus. And I would consider either this one or javelin to be the actual hardest ones. But I've played these 2 enough to get fairly consistent at the angles. And I got scared here when I got 76, but after looking at the scores, I saw I was good, so I just threw a foul on purpose to save time, which I did end up getting the gold, and we move on.
I got this.
Did EazySpeezy lose discus as well? I don't remember him losing discus. But anyway, discus, it just getting good at it just comes with experience. Like at some point, I spent a couple of days getting the Cyberscore world record, which I'm pretty sure at the time was 14th worldwide. It wasn't the record. It wasn't like the actual world record. It was just the world record that was submitted on the site Cyberscore. But yeah, getting good at that just comes with experience. Anyway, sport climbing. This sport is really easy. Just don't royally mess up, and you're cool. I hid the time here, but I think I had like... But I think at this point I had like 27 seconds left on the clock. So I had plenty of time. I climbed a bit more. But yeah, this event's just easy. And I end up stopping here. Just to conserve more of my energy, I guess. I'm not exactly sure, but not exactly sure my thought process at the time, but we end up taking down sport climbing pretty easily, and we move on to surfing, which basically all you need to do here. So how high scoring works here is that you first want to get all of the new trick bonuses, which is 10 points. So you do all three different tricks, which is done by holding the joystick in different directions to get all the bonuses. And then once you have all the bonuses, you can just alternate by holding the joystick left and right, and then eventually you'll also get the super, which you use which for this I just pointed the joystick left and to the side, to the opposite side and down. I'm not sure how to describe it if I don't have a camera on, but basically I point the joystick towards the wave, and just before I jump I swap to the other way to do that trick in air reverse. And the reason why alternating is important is if you do the same trick twice in a row, you lose your combo, which you've probably seen with the combo. You get 3 points each time you do a combo. So yeah, 673 at this point should be easily enough to win. So I just kind of screw around for the ending.
Alright!
But we end up taking down surfing, and it's on to, in my opinion, the easiest one. Actually, no, that's a lie. Sport climbing's the easiest, but this one's also really easy. All I have to do is just like keep running and keep shooting. You don't even have to keep running. Sometimes I freeze, like you'll see here. I just like stay in the same place. But yeah, you just want to be constantly hitting targets. I get all the targets in this location. I go over to the I go into this middle section. Get all the targets there. And then I go inside this little building here and get the two multi-shots, which we're going to be using for the first bonus time, which is coming up right now, where all these kites come out. And as I make my way over, wait for the door to open. Okay, there we go. And we just fire off our 2 multi-shots. Preferably I have 3 here, but it's fine if I don't. But we end up taking down all 4 of these kites pretty quickly with the help of Bowser's multi-shot. And on the way to the next area, I get another multi-shot, which we're gonna get 2 more later, but it's just the same stuff. It's just the same kind of thing with this. Just keep shooting targets. And I'm gonna go back into this side area. Go back to get the multi-shots that have respawned. I can also, and usually you move the camera around by motion controls basically, but you can also use the joystick. I use a combination of the two. Using motion controls is faster, but sometimes it gets off, like, it just gets off, so I have to use the joystick, which is fine, but it gets kind of annoying when you get angles like this. And then, yeah, with 10 seconds left, we have a comfortable 200-point lead, and we can basically guarantee that we take down the gold in dream shooting. a nice split, which is somehow 3 seconds ahead. And now going on to Dream Racing, I switch over to Shadow here because I'm scared that every time I do a rail grind, I just get knocked off by faster players, even though I get knocked off by Bowser there. But Shadow's specialty is being good at grinds here. So that's the item I want right there, is the 20 coins, because right here on this strip of 10 coins I would usually get 40, but Dr. Eggman sniped the first coin of the first strip. So I have to go over here to get more, which gives me a really good speed boost. And there was what was the other one? As I was talking about earlier, how like when you land, I don't remember which event. Just when you land, you can press A to get a speed boost. Equestrian, that's the one. It works the same here, where you can press A, and I get shocked there, which is not good. I lose my coins, but fortunately, there's a rail here which contains I'm pretty sure 20 coins. But then I just fall off. Not on purpose or anything. I try to use my bubble here. Bugs out. Great job. That is... I'm pretty sure that's a bug. Could be a skill issue. I don't think so though. And I basically get a shock dodge there with performing my special right before the shock. I'm not sure how that works, but this time wasn't great. There were a lot of mistakes. But 150, I'm pretty sure it's better than EazySpeezy's. But we end up taking down another gold medal, and we move on to what I believe to be the hardest event. So I said karate's the most inconsistent, but this one does get consistent with practice. Like, I'm pretty consistently able to throw perfect throws, and I have the timing down where I can basically go right up to the edge. And for this one, I just throw it as soon as I can, because I know 92.9 is going to be enough. So we take down a pretty quick javelin, and we use the same strategy as we do for football and choose our characters really fast, so we don't have to waste any time thinking about choosing characters or going all the way across the screen. But yeah, we just go. The goal here, just spam. You just spam A, press R when it says to press R. Oh my gosh, there's a cat here. Everyone say hi to Cat. I feel like I'm doing a terrible job explaining all of this, so sorry about that. This is my first time trying a commentary like this. He's standing in front of the food. But anyway, oh, I forgot to split. Yeah. I got distracted by Cat. This is horrible. Anyway, I switch over to silver here because anyone else on very hard difficulty, anyone that doesn't have the skill set, which is super starts her fast, will lose every single time to to one of the inner lane characters who share it, like Peach right there, who somehow lost to Bowser Jr. I don't know. But when I was playtesting this, I could not beat Dr. Eggman with Vector. So I ended up just going with Silver there. So then I switched back over to Vector. You'd think I'd pick Shadow here, or even Sonic. I forgot to... I give up. But ironically enough, Vector is actually the fastest for the 100 meters. I know I didn't show it here, but my best is an 8.2 with Vector. I think my best with Sonic is like an 8 point. What is it? It's like an 8.9 or something. Anyway, we finish up with the 2020 events, and now we move on to the 1964 events. And so anyway, Judo. So the strategy here just involves pressing X to reverse Mario's attack, and then just desperately trying to take him down. And the reason I pause in the middle is that if you don't take him down, like within the first half, you don't get the E-pawn, and instead a Waza-Are, which basically means you have to take him down again. So the E-pawn is really good, and EazySpeezy also lost the first one and spent a long time on both of his runs, and I got it done within the first few seconds. So anyway, volleyball. This one is really long. I'm pretty sure I took 7 minutes on this one. Nah. You can get this done within 2 minutes, but it requires a lot of RNG. And I really didn't like doing that. I didn't really like going for like those fast times when I was doing just the 1964 very hard gold medals a bit ago. But anyway, we lose this first point, which is fine. I was telling myself over and over and over again to not reset, which fortunately I didn't. And after this volleyball, I knew EazySpeezy's was around 6 minutes, so when I was looking at my clock and I saw it was taking around 7 minutes, because again my clock wasn't my live split wasn't working for some reason, because it just shut off after rugby, I think.
It went straight up. They're keeping it alive, aiming for the end line. Beautifully done.
But yeah, I just had to guess how fast I was going.
It went straight up. This is a long rally.
And considering this took 7 minutes to EazySpeezy's 6, I did not have high hopes for this, and I genuinely thought I was behind.
Spike point denied.
So I was like really nervous at this point. But we'll get to the event where I got really nervous after I did. Spoiler alert, marathon.
Knuckles. Knocked down. Beautifully done. A fake.
But yeah, the goal for this, I don't really have like a strategy for this. I can go through some of like the things I do. Like Whenever the front guys don't guard, I always jump fairly late. Like, we'll see right here. They did guard there. They guard here, and they go to the edge, so probably I dodge, or by dodge I mean fake. I fake spike it, so they end up jumping, just like that, but then I shoot it up and to the other side. I do the same thing there, to hope that they don't have time to get back. That save was ridiculously lucky. I have never gotten that save in any run. Hitting that save is ridiculous, and then I mess it up like that. I was really disappointed. Didn't reset. When the ball's in the center, I don't try and dodge. And I just try and send it, and then I hold the joystick to the right to try and hit it towards the end zone. Why did I say end zone? Yeah, like that. I just try and send it towards the edge, the far edge. I'm really bad at this commentating thing. That jump was really late. I tried to jump there, and then they faked, and I didn't have time to get back. That's how deadly that strategy is. Like, if you jump, it's really hard to get back. But fortunately, they're hitting the net a lot, which gives me a lot of possession time. The thing with volleyball, you can only score when you're serving. And the way you serve and the way you get possession and are able to serve is by getting the point. So you basically have to get multiple points in a row to be able to get points. So there's my second point in a row. So there's my fourth point and my first point of the possession. And they hit the net again, so I get another point with the streak, and I'm pretty sure I end up getting this point. We'll see though. I don't exactly remember. Spike point denied. Beautifully done. This is a long rally. A fake. Also, when he says this is a long rally, the ball speed speeds up and it becomes really unpredictable. Like, maybe we'll see it. Yeah, I can see the ball's going much faster now. But I do end up getting that. They hit the net a lot, which was really fortunate for me. And I ended up losing not as much time as I thought. So anyway, shooting. This one's interesting. I spent a lot of time on this fairly recently. So I have pretty good reaction time with this. So I'm able to hit them fairly quickly. There's one shot I missed, so I have to take a backup. We'll see. I think it's this next one. We'll see. Yeah, so I missed that, so I have to go over to the other side. It's not that big of a deal. But for this one, I don't actually try and go for as many points as I can, because that ends up losing time. I end up hitting 8 of these shots. And then I purposefully miss the last 2. To give me less bonus time. Because if I hit the other 2, I end up losing about 30 seconds just to the bonus time. And I know, and through my experimenting, I know I can consistently hit around 40 shots in this 50-second time frame. I probably could have sacrificed another 10 seconds to hit 4. And that probably would have been enough, but I didn't really want to risk it. with a run this long and this being as and this section being as late as it was. So I played it safe, sacrifice 10 seconds.
I'm looking forward to the results.
Which gave me 60 points. And shooting is where EazySpeezy ended his run, but again, I did want to get the more inconsistent runs out of the way earlier. And speaking of which, the marathon. And on very hard difficulty, the marathon is notoriously difficult. You have less stamina. The CPUs, their spawn placement is much worse, and you have to dodge much harder. Dodge much harder? What am I talking about? You have a lot less room to dodge. So he says the midpoint there. When we're not even a third of the way there. I don't know what he's talking about. Anyway. Where was I? Oh yeah, marathon being super inconsistent. So I tripped at the beginning, as you saw, and you'd think Very Hard would have zero leniency with that, and I've bumped a lot of people. The thing with marathon is, I ended up finding this out the hard way, but it only really matters at the end. It only really matters that you don't trip at the end, because what was it? Something like oh yeah. If you trip early, all the runners will like fall back. Like if you watch my story mode run, like you'll see I finish first with a 2:25. And others all lose with a 1:59. So it really matters at what happens at the end, which was why I was able to do it there. Anyway, long jump. Basically, the strategy here: as soon as you jump, you spam A, and you get a ton of extra distance, which is how I was able to get 9 meters there. And here, I just hit B as early as I can to jump, and then release it as early as I can to get a super small jump. So I can just move on really quickly like that. Anyway, 400 meters. This one's also really nerve-wracking, because it's really easy to mess up jumps. Because these hurdle jumps, their timings are not easy. I missed that one. I get 3 perfects. 4, 5, 6. I only get a good there, which slows me down. I got 8 of 10, which is pretty good. I got a 50-second there. Usually I think that ends in me losing when I get 50 seconds. The goal time for that one is usually around like 45 or lower. Anyway, 100 meter. That one I accidentally double-clicked A, which was why I had to reset. Because once you release A, that's when you start, and if you release prematurely, you end up tripping, which leads in you losing. So I delay my start a little bit so I can guarantee that I make it. Anyway, this is the last major choke point. This one really, if you've seen my 190, I explain how really the only jump that matters is the last jump, and you just kind of have to make it there. But if you mess up the last jump, you're screwed.
A beautiful dive. Let's see the results. What an amazing score.
Which you'll see, I actually mess up the last jump, so I have to do the whole thing over again.
Going for it, and a rotation. Amazing. What do the judges think?
Also, the reason I pick Sonic here, this event is the only reason why, because Sonic actually gets out of the water like a second faster each time than everyone else. So yeah, I notice I lose, I immediately reset, and I am scared. I am super scared at this point that I lost the record. Because again, I don't have my timer up. It's bugged out. Man, another thing with diving is, and it's the same with vault after this, all of the
what intense focus. Here's the dive. The routine begins. Going for it. This should
all of the like
going for it.
sets are preset, so it's not actually random.
What an amazing score. The athlete is called. The routine
Like
begins. A perfect
that
dive.
set of button inputs is not randomized. It's selected from like 10 input selections, I'm pretty sure, and it's the same with vault. Dude, my timer froze again. Are you fucking kidding me? Dude, am I gonna have to re-record this whole thing?
On the first jump.
I'll figure it out.
Good start.
Dude, why does the timer just freeze sometimes? Anyway, vault. That is a like I was saying, that is a preset, not by me, but there's like 12, but there's like 10 or something presets. Preset button input, like layout things. That's another one. I've seen that plenty of times. And that one I just spam really fast because the first one was good enough. And we go to the last event, kayak, which is quite easy. And we end up taking down this run.
Sonic, that's a bit of a late start. Sonic, into high gear.
I remember when I was doing this run, I just said,
Into high gear.
you'll see, after he said, bit of a late start. So yeah, we just speed up, and the time doesn't end there. It ends when we get the gold medal. Right there is where we end time. And yeah, that just about does it. I did go back to retime it. I'm pretty sure the final time was 1:02:32, but since my timer bugged out again, fuck live split, dude. Now I'm gonna have to go back and retime it again. I'm probably just gonna keep this recording. I'm probably gonna end up just keeping this recording, just so I don't have to do it again, because I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do it better than this. So sorry about the really bad commentary. I'll try to improve at it. If I do something like this again, it'll probably have to do with whether or not this video hits the algorithm. But yeah, that's gonna do it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys in the next one, if I ever do this again. Maybe, maybe not. We'll see. But yeah, subscribe if you're new, and yeah, I guess I'll see you later. Watch my other speedruns. Kind of good. Watch my Duck Life speedruns.